My name's Todd Leckie. I'm a professional triathlete. I've been a professional now for 2.5 years. Basically, I took 3 years out from my university studies at Brighton and Sussex Medical School to try and qualify for the Olympics. Over the last 3 years, I've raced all over the world in pursuit of Olympic ranking points and to prove myself as one of the best British athletes. I train probably on average 6 hours a day, 6 days a week. So that's, almost like having a full job. I guess triathlon is my job. When I'm not training, I'm generally on the sofa trying to recover for the next training session. Well, I do a lot of my training here. This is Beachy Head, so this is just outside of Eastbourne. Eastbourne's in the background there. I really like running off-road, so I'll try and do the majority of my running off-road, and this is kind of ideal running. It's nice and soft, the grass is nice and soft here, and then it's nice and quiet as well. There's not many cars about, so it's really good for riding as well, and it's quite challenging terrain. It's a little bit hilly, it's not kind of, mountainous, but, you've got a lot of 5-minute, 10-minute climbs to do, so it's really perfect. This is pretty much my favourite place to train in the world, and I've seen a lot of training locations. Well, I believe Eastbourne's the sunniest place in the UK, so this is actually relatively normal. A lot of people don't believe it, but I rarely ride in the rain. The weather's so good. When it is raining, the thing for me is it's really the danger. You're never going to get ill from going out and doing 2 or 3 hours in the wet, but what you might do is it's obviously quite slippy and you might fall off your bike. So if it's wet and not too windy, I'll just ride as normal, but if it's wet and windy, I'll probably think twice about riding. In terms of what you can do on race day, you'll probably look to drink a bit more water, and also make sure you're taking a lot of electrolytes. So not just water, you're taking the salts that you're going to be sweating out, because if you just take water, you can actually dehydrate yourself. You need to take the salts with the water. So yeah, I'll look to drink more water if it's a hotter day when I'm racing. I'll often, although I have a training schedule for the week, it's a relatively rough training schedule. So when I'm looking at what I'm going to do for the next day, I'll always look at the weather forecast. And if I know it's going to be a particularly nice day, then I'll think, well, there's a nice opportunity here to do maybe a longer bike ride. Or if I know the weather's going to be not too good, then I'll look to do a shorter bike ride and do a longer run. So yeah, I'll look at the weather forecast every day, to be honest, and I'll plan my training accordingly. It's really just making the most of the conditions around you. Again, being a bit lazy, sometimes I like to look at the wind direction, and if I know, say, I've got a 4-hour bike ride, I'll try and do the first 2 hours into the headwind, because then I know I've got a nice 2 hours on the way back where the wind's behind me. So yeah, it's pretty important.